Good evening. We begin the news at 10 tonight with a legal battle that broke out today, brewing between Boise State and the Mountain West Conference.
Earlier this month, the conference signed a new agreement with Fox and CBS Sports. We told you about that, and the Mountain West says it's a better financial deal for the entire conference.
But Boise State is not happy, and they're making that known. Our Misty England looked into this, the legality of the case, as well as Boise State's possible options going forward from here. Misty?
Well, Mark and Maggie, legally, this isn't about one specific team being happy with the agreement or not. What it will have to come down to is whether or not the contract was actually breached by either Boise State or the Mountain West Conference.
Boise State is legitimately upset about this. To file the lawsuit last Friday, like right after the announcement of the new Mountain West contract. I don't know if this can be healed.
We got to this point after Boise State nearly left the Mountain West Conference in 2012, looking for better exposure. In the end, the Broncos stayed where they were at, pending a few conditions. Those conditions sparked what's called the re-entry agreement, allowing Boise State to control rights over its home games, separately from the rest of the conference. At the time the new TV deal between the Mountain West, Fox, and CBS Sports was announced, Commissioner Craig Thompson said it would be the last time they provide Boise State with that benefit. Boise State claims this was all done without its consent, breaching the 2012 contract.
They were a national darling, and the Mountain West really figured that they needed Boise State in the league. So the deal was struck. There was no expiration date on the deal. Maybe that's the Mountain West's bad.
Part of the re-entry agreement allotted Boise State $1.8 million each year as part of the TV revenue. The new deal would phase that bonus out.
Well, this is a very unusual lawsuit in that it alleges anticipatory repudiation, meaning that there's no immediate damages, but 6 years down the road, there may be $1.8 million damage every year. So the first question is this case ripe for review? Would a judge hear it now without any immediate damages? Well, I think this case will probably cause several things to happen quite quickly. Number one, the Mountain West will try to remove the case out of Boise, perhaps the federal court here or in Colorado. And then next, I think it'll spark a lot of political discussions between and among the members of the Mountain West Conference in football. And finally, I think it'll probably generate an offer or two to Boise State from some other conference. Come look at us.
All right, so I wanted to bring Jay on here for a second because, Jay, you obviously cover a lot of Boise State sports, a lot of football there, and you heard Mr. Leroy say in that package that he expects one of the results of this will be other conferences reaching out to Boise State. I know this is all preliminary, but should that happen and Boise State does leave the Mountain West, do you see any conferences stepping up with a good mutual interest with Boise State?
It'll be interesting to see if we actually get to that point, in my opinion, but if it does, obviously the American Athletic Conference would be a prime spot for Boise State and for the American Athletic Conference to potentially gain a school like Boise State. I still think we're a long way away from that, but he hit the nail on the head. This is going to spark a political discussion of will the Mountain West continue to provide Boise State what they believe they deserve, and if they don't, Boise State's going to pursue legal action. We'll see what happens from there.
All right. Well, Jay, thank you for that perspective. Now, in a joint statement, Boise State and the conference did say that they're in discussions and hope to resolve this without further litigation. Mark and Maggie, send it back to you.